Hey, it's Matt Moscona. You found it, your home for daily content on your favorite team, the New Orleans Saints. It's AFR Saints. Do us a favor. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you're notified whenever we post a new video. And all of our content this football season is presented by BetUS, where this season you can get a 150% bonus on your first 3 deposits up to $2,000. Be sure to use the promo code YouTube150. Now, enjoy the video.
I thought those guys played well. I mean, you got to look at everything in the totality of what, we were able to do. And I said this, I think, after the game. When you run the ball like that, when you're able to be effective throwing the ball and your quarterback doesn't get hit much and you put points up on the board like that, you can't do that and have your offensive line not play well. And yet we'll have a much stiffer test this weekend.
Single biggest question the entire offseason was the Saints' offensive line. They gave a resounding answer week 1 against Carolina. One of the reasons there was a big question there is, James Hurst said, I'm not going to play football anymore. I'm going to do TV at WDSU. But we're thrilled to have James Hurst join us here on the show. James, we appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for the time. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for the opportunity. It's just fun to talk after a win like that.
Oh, my goodness. Hey, you'll get to learn the more you do media. The mornings after losses really suck. I know as a player, obviously, They do as well. Hey, so you watched it. You were part of that line a year ago with a lot of new faces. Now, give me your takeaway. What did you see?
I thought they had a great game up front. They protected Derek, able to give him opportunities to go through reads, push the ball down the field. And then I think even more impressively, the holes in the run game were pretty big. Kamara was able to get up on the second level. Him and Taysom both were able to get up on the second level untouched, and even the third level a couple of times. So that's exactly what you want to see. I think, Derek Brown's a great player. Jadeveon Clowney's a great player over there. And they really neutralized those two guys, which is pretty impressive. So we're going to have some big tests coming up here. But, just looking at what they did, and it was a great start.
Can you help us? So for the lay person, the fan that's not looking at film sessions and understanding inside zone, outside zone, all that stuff, can you explain the difference between what you all did a year ago in the running game and small sample, and what you saw yesterday?
Yeah, the biggest difference is the new scheme is much more multiple looks. So the defense is having to respond to shifts and motions before the ball snaps most of the time, which is very difficult. It changes the defensive players' rules, run and pass. So they're having to go through a lot of pre-snap adjustments, and that's before the ball ever gets snapped. And then when the ball snaps, they're having to deal with a lot of different looks. They're having to defend blockers coming from all different angles, all different body types, which even though you might look at a fullback versus a defensive lineman as a mismatch, it's a different way to handle the block. So it's not easy. It makes their life more difficult. And I think most importantly, what this new scheme does, it makes the defensive players think. And I think if you ask any defensive coach or defensive player, they want the defense to play fast and free. They do not want them thinking and overanalyzing each and every play.
We'll get right back to the video, but how about the Hoodats? A 1-0 start. They pound Carolina. Now it's off to Dallas. You want to bet on it? The best place to do it is at BetUS, our great partner here this football season. I've been showing you how easy this is. Let me show you how you can bet on Saints, Cowboys, or any NFL game or any sporting event for that matter. Go to BetUS. Right there on the left side of the homepage, you'll see football. You'll see the drop-down tab. You hit NFL odds week 2. Here's the odds for every game. Let's go find the Saints and Cowboys. Saturday, noon Central, 1 Eastern. There it is. Cowboys are a 6.5-point home favorite. Are you a believer in this Saints offense? Feels like a lot of value for New Orleans, especially with their ability to run the football. Let's go ahead and pick the Saints. So you select it. It adds to your bet slip. So we're going to come over here to the bet slip. How much do you want to wager? Let's keep it simple. Go $25. We'll place the bet. It's going to ask us to confirm. It's this easy. Confirm the bet. Bada bing, bada bang, bada boom. We're in for Saints plus 6.5. And if you're new to BetUS, remember, you can get a 150% bonus on your first 3 deposits up to $2,000. Make sure you use the promo code YouTube150. That's promo code YouTube150 for a 150% bonus on your first 3 deposits up to $2,000 at BetUS. Enjoy, have fun, good luck, and enjoy the rest of the video. We talked to John Stinchcomb a couple of weeks ago, former St. offensive lineman, was a Pro Bowl tackle on the Super Bowl team. And his opinion, he called the preseason games, and John's opinion, I'm paraphrasing here, was Clint Kubiak's offense is a better fit for these guys on the offensive line and their skill set than what Pete Carmichael did a year ago. Do you see that? Would you agree with that? I'm giving you just a very general take there, but do you think that this scheme is a fit for these guys and their skill sets?
I think so. I think there's definitely some truth in that. I've talked to a few of the guys there currently, and that is the feeling in the offensive line room, the tight end room, I think with some of the running backs. The reality is, Drew Brees is a generational quarterback, and I was able to play with him for one season, which was really great, and I'm sure, Stinchcomb could speak more into that. But my experience was it didn't matter what play you called in the huddle with Drew, because he was going to go up to the line. He was going to know exactly what defense we were about to face, and he was going to make any available adjustment on any given play to put us in the best possible situation to win that play. And, I'm not in any way slighting Derek in this way, but, again, Drew was unbelievably talented and gifted, and the time he spent in the film room studying those defenses. And I think what Kubiak's system is doing is he's taking a little bit of that load off of the offensive players and allowing them to go out, like I said, with a defensive player, and know that Kubiak is going to put them in a great situation to succeed. The schemes that they're creating during the week are really going to set the guys up, and they're not going to have as many, one-on-one difficult type of blocks, difficult routes. There's always going to be an answer, and everyone on the offense knows that answer each and every play.
James Hurst is our guest. Spent 4 years in New Orleans after his career started in Baltimore. First season out of football, doing great work with WDSU as well. We're glad to have him for a couple of minutes. I'd love your thoughts on what you saw from Taliese Fuaga and Trevor Penning. Obviously, you played next to Trevor last year for part of the season, and Fuaga obviously coming in his first season as a rookie. Maybe take them each one at a time. What did you see from those two guys specifically on Sunday?
Yeah, we'll start with Trevor. Seniority gets in the vote here. I think in the best way, you didn't notice him, which is what you wanted. I'd noticed that, whether it was a design or not, they lined up Clowney across from him the whole day, and Clowney's a great player. He's a very balanced player, run and pass. You're not going to get plays off from him. There's no easy play against them. So I think that was a good test for Trevor, and I think it's something that, he can gain confidence from moving forward. Now, hopefully that confidence, is going to stick around coming up against these two defensive ends this coming week. But I think it was a great start. It's what you wanted to see. I think my biggest concern with Trevor is, the last time he was playing as a starter in games, he didn't fare so well. And so you want to see that confidence come back, and you do your best in practice and drill work to get that confidence, to practice that confidence, and then take that over to the game. But the reality is it's got to be on Sunday, and it's got to be in the regular season when every single play matters. And so I'm glad to see him get some good game film under his belt, and I hope he can build on it. Fuaga also was...
Yeah, please, sorry.
Oh, yeah, no worries. Fuaga was great, too. He does not look like a rookie, and I know it's a small sample size, but he's getting rave reviews from some of the fellow linemen, and we're not going to crown him yet, but man, he looks really great. I think it'll be interesting to see him versus a more talented player. He was going against a handful of different guys over there on the Panthers, which means to me they're trying to figure out who they want to be the starter over there. But it was a great start. I saw him make a few impact blocks in the first and second level to spring a run, and I'm really excited about him. Anytime you get a great left tackle that can come in there and lock it down, it's a real game-changing type of position.
Yeah, man. Sometimes I have two more things for you. Your time very much appreciated. One, sometimes if you want an opinion on the defense, the best person to ask is an offensive player. So the defense was awesome yesterday, and I understand Bryce Young struggled with accuracy and all this stuff, but a lot of that I'm sure is credited to what the Saints did. When you were looking at the defense specifically, if you had one big takeaway, like something that stood out defensively, what was it for you?
I think they were confident. I think you saw them flying all over the field. The speed was so noticeable. The physicality was so noticeable. And the reason I say confidence is because, yeah, there are a few plays where a guy gets beat. Maybe they open up a hole in the running game, or a guy runs a good route and catches the ball for a gain. But the very next play, they come back and act like it never happened, which is very important, especially in the NFL, where touchdowns are everything, and a field goal really for the defense feels like a pretty big win. So to see them flying around, to see them creating so many turnovers, so many game-changing plays, that's going to, in turn, give the offense confidence. And I think we saw what happened. If both sides show up and play their best on any given day, there's going to be a lot of points, there's going to be a lot of turnovers, and our defense is going to fare very, very well.
They definitely had a lot of fun. When you win 47-10, I would imagine it's a lot of fun. Hey, last thing. The last time the Saints had an opener like this, you were part of it. It was the 2021 opener against Green Bay in Jacksonville, which was a weird thing with the storm, and the home opener got moved.
Yeah.
And it was, I mean, you all blew the doors off of the Packers, 38-3. Everyone remembers that game. What people may not remember is what happened the next week, and you all went to Carolina and lost 26-7. Walk me through, if you would, the life and the mind of an NFL player when you have a season-opening win like that and the challenge that faces you next week on the road in Dallas.
I think the challenge is all in your head. It's a difficult mental game you play in this situation. You want to take the confidence from this type of a win and division win on top of that, and you want to carry it with you and let that confidence kind of fuel you throughout practice in the week and leading into the next game. However, if there's too much confidence, not enough focus on the reality is the job needs to be done. This was week one. The season is so long. There's so many different and more difficult opponents that you're going to face. So you can't let that confidence lull you to sleep. You've got to go back and work. You've got to be very critical in the film room of yourself and of your teammates. And the players have to have tough skin to be able to understand, look, we won, 47-10, but at the end of the day, we've got to get better. And what can we correct? What can we see on film that we didn't do well? And practice that during the week. But it's difficult. I think it does help that we're playing the Cowboys, and they're a very, very good football team. I think it would be tougher if you were playing, a more middle-of-the-road opponent. But the challenge is real, and everyone in that locker room knows that. So they're going to be up to the challenge. They're going to come out flying around, that's for sure. And we're going to see what they do against, in my opinion, a really, really good football team.
James, this was great, man. Thank you so much for the time. I hope we can do it again soon.
Absolutely. Thanks so much.
Thanks so much for watching the video. Do us a favor. Subscribe, smash the like button, hit the bell so you're notified whenever we post a new video. And remember, be sure to support BetUS right now. Get a 150% bonus on your first 3 deposits up to $2,000 when you use the promo code YouTube150.